Okay, let me just drop it on the chat box that you can hear me. So I believe we are all good. So today we'll be taking another dimension, like we'll be doing something else in this class. Something not new. So we'll be redesigning this particular UI from start to finish. But before we start to redesign, I need two people, a boy and a girl, to just quickly look at this while I play it, so that you tell me what you observe about the whole design. Then we'll start redesigning it one after the other. Okay, so let me go to device. This is looking like 8 floors. So let's so if you want to talk, just raise up your hand so that I can unmute you. Then you tell me what you think about your whole design. So before you talk, let me just play all from start to finish so that you can look at the design itself. Okay. So let's view it from here. Not all is. So let's view it like this. So this is the splash screen. This is the next, this. So this is the sign up for it. This is sign in. It's like an advert coming soon. Then this is the home page. So this is the courses, my courses. This is also my courses. This is where you can filter the courses. This is another okay, so I've done sharing. So if you want to tell me what you feel about the design, just raise up your hand so that I can unmute you and you tell me what you feel about the design. Okay. Tapilolo, you can unmute. Okay. Ade said he noticed that on the designs we have inconsistent button, the icon size, typography choice and color are very correct. So Tapilolo, you can talk. Your mic is already unmuted.
Yeah, so what I was saying
Okay,
was,
so while you're waiting for Tapilolo to
hello?
yeah, I can
So
hear you.
I want to say the illustrations, they are too like high contrast. like they are too bold. I mean, the color is too, like the contrast of the color is too high. Then the sign up page, I think the two sign up pages, the borderline of those text fields is too big. I think we should use like 0.5 or 1. Then the color, maybe drop the opacity, maybe to like 50 or something. And the next screen, there were like different colors. I was seeing green, red for the, I think one of the, what was it safe? Some buttons, I think some sign-in buttons, sign up something. They were like green colors on white. Then they're like different from the primary and secondary colors of the mobile app. Yeah, yes. So these
Okay.
two screens here, the one, not this, yes, these two screens, the borderline for this text field, the borderline should be like reduced, and the color, the opacity, then this text, this green color, I think should just change it. No, that's good. And
Okay.
the text in the this first name, I think should be reduced, something like that. So
Okay. All
that's
right.
uh,
All right. Thank you very much for this observation. So the girl that wants to talk, Ugochi Madu. You know I'll call you, right?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening.
I think the design is okay, like it's good, but when it comes to, I think it has accessibility problems. Like if they were to test it for accessibility, I think there will be issues because the colors and the contrast, I don't think they are contrasting enough. And I think for this overlay, that picture at the background of this splash screen, it's cool, but the overlay doesn't really make us see the picture at the background. I don't know which one is dragging attention, whether it's the overlay or the picture at the background. It's confusing, sort of. I would feel if they were to use an overlay on top of that, the opacity should be like really reduced so people can get, or if it's not the picture that is the focal point, like one of them, I just think two things are dragging our attention. And then for the other designs, these illustrations, I think they're okay, but I just have an issue with the text and the colors. Like the text, some of them are not so legible, some of them the colors are not really doing it, sort of like they're not. If someone wasn't, let's say people that use glasses or people that cannot really see colors very well, will find it hard to really read that. Thank you, ma.
Okay, thank you very much, Gucci. All right, so let's quickly dive in. So if I am to do this particular design, let me walk you through what I'm going to do and the corrections I'm going to make on these designs. So let's start. I know that the previous class I showed you something. So I'll quickly try to set everything I need for this design. I will start by maybe a frame or anything. I just need to put all I will need for this design. This will make my work easier. So on the designs, we have the different colors. I'll just use one box to check it. So let's say I want to make use of this red. I want to make use of this red that is here. So I'm going to save it, and so I'll save it as red. I don't know if it's my primary color yet. So let me look for another color that was used on this design. This is the color of the green. So I'm going to save this color, and I'll name it, let's say green. I don't want to make use of primary color and secondary color, so I just want to save it like that, red and green. So the next thing I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to select the color for my text. So because I said I don't like using pure black, or it's not ideal to use pure black, what I'll do is I'll set it somewhere like this. This is also too dark for me. Okay, I'm going to use this and I'll save it as my text color. So I think I've gotten the 3 colors I want to use for this design. Okay, no, I need one more. I need the whites. So I'm going to quickly save the whites and I'll save it and I'll call these whites. And I need one more color, which is my gray. So let's say I use this, or let me make it. Let me make use of this. Fellow, can you hear me? So I'll quickly save this Roboto and I'll make this bold, and I'm going to call this my create, and I'll call this H1, or I'll name it heading 1. So I'm going to create another one holding Alt. So I'll make this, I'm going to detach this and I'll make this 24. I'll also make this bold and I'll save this as heading 2 bold. So I'll still bring out another one quickly. So I'll detach this and I'll make this 20. I'll make it regular and I'll name this as main text or body text, and I'll save it quickly to body text. So let's say I've gotten the 3 I want to use. So if I need Adila, my hand is up.
All right. I noticed something while I was doing the last task, and I would like to suggest something because when I was doing the landing page and the dashboard design, I found out that there were times where I wanted to put emphasis on particular like body text. So what I did to just basically just avoid having to detach and create and just begin to add uh, other properties is when I do a heading, I make another like duplicate, but this time one will be light and one will be bolder for just emphasis whenever I need them. So what do you is that advisable for other designs, or it's just what do you
Yes.
think?
So if you notice, if you're creating a complete design system, for every header you create, you should also put, if you're doing a bold, you should also make it regular, you should also make it medium. So you can have at least 3 different of that particular text. So there are sometimes that you don't need the bold, you don't need it to make it bold. So you can quickly choose the other one you want to use. So that's why I said something like along the line, you will notice that you need some other text. So it's just to save it as you go. Okay, so that's it. So you can create different styles for your designs, different text styles for your design. So this one, I'm quickly going to create this. So let me quickly create one for my button. Okay, I can still use this as my button, but I will just make this bold. I'll make it bold and I'll call it button. Create style and I'll call it button. So now I've gotten all the text I want to use. So I think I can delete this. So the next thing I'll do is just to create my frame. Depending on what, let me, your hand is still up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would lower the hand now.
Okay. So I'll just get to phone, look for the phone I want to use. Let's say I like using iPhone 11 Pro. So let me just rename this back splash. So let's say I want to use an overlay on this. So I'll go to, firstly, I don't like the status bar I used. So I'll go to a new design file. I'll open a new design file. So on this new design file, I'll just quickly go back to community. Oh, sorry. Reason why I really don't like using the app. So I'll just look for status bar, and I'll select the one I like. Um, so I like this because I'm making use of iPhone 11. So I'll just, all I need from this is just the status bar. So I'll just copy it. So I'll just take this Command C and I'll come back to my design and I'll paste it. So what I'll do is I'm going to reduce this. So this is not staying well. So I'll just get to copy this like this, Command G, and I'll just copy this. So this is big. So I would get to arrange them. So I'll detach this first so that I can be able to do what I want to do very well. So I think I can reduce it now properly. So if I can't use this out, I think I'll look for a different one to use. Let me see. I can't really use this, so let me check for another status bar. Hmm. So, so okay. So this is it. This is the status bar I want to use. So now I can start changing the colors of this one to maybe make it green if I want to. But no, let's not leave, let's leave it like this. So the next thing I'll do is, because I don't like complicated splash screen, I'll quickly go to my plugins, and so we are using a different icon. So let me say Nigerian icon, Nigerian logos. So these are things I do to make my work easier. Nigerian logos. So I'll just look for any edu tech, because it's an edu tech company we are working with. So let me just search for any edu. Okay, so let me just import this logo. I don't know. So if I'm making use of this logo, so that means I would. So for this, we all know that my colors will automatically change, because I can't use that color again. So what I will do is I'll just come to all of this and edit my colors. I'll just edit it. Okay, so no, I don't need to change my colors actually. So I'll just change this to suit my design need. One good thing about using this logo, because I cannot change all of this to be my exact design's color. So I can use so let's say these are my colors. So I'm going to change this to All of this will be white. Or no, white is way better. So not to waste our time, I'll change this to white and I'll delete this. So we want to create our onboarding. So let me copy this text. This is what I want to write. Alt, and I'll copy it here, and I'll make this green. So I'm going to change this to, please, how many persons used to face this issue when using the app and not the website? Okay, so sorry, let me quickly use the app itself. So sorry, let me quickly switch to the website itself, because I don't understand why the app will be freezing like that. Okay, so we're not going to have that issue again. So this coffee is too large, so I think we can just break this to learn everywhere. 24. Okay. So I'm going to change this to body text, and I'll go to plugins, auto generates. So you notice something? I forgot that this is actually a mobile app. So I'm going to reduce this body text to be 16, because 20 is too big. 16, yeah. So okay, so I'm just going to oh, okay, so I've been looking at this font since. I really don't like this Roboto. I don't know why it's not looking okay in my eyes. So let me try to change it to any other font I have here. Or let's just continue with it. So this is where the main issue is. Exactly, Inter for life. So let me okay. This is for me looking better. Oh, this Inter. So I'm going to change this one too. Okay. So I need to change this color to from black to white. So now that I have this, I'll look for uh, illustration, educational illustrations. So the best place to mostly get illustrations where I can either use free pick. So I don't have free pick on this particular Figma, so I need to install it to free pick plugins and free pick. So I'll quickly go to free pick. The work is not to design actually. The work is, yeah, Nunuto is also good. So the work is not just to design, it's to get your assets right. I can't see any reasonable one on free pick. I can't even say anything on free pick. So I'll go to my next go to, which is Google. So I'll just get to see if I can get any illustration. Yes, I should have some in my system. So I would draw my rectangle. I've been looking at everybody in this class. Nobody brought my attention to something. Actually, since you did not bring my attention to it, I'm going to do it myself. So I've not been making use of grid. So my app would have just been anyhow without me knowing. But thank you for not reminding me. I will remind myself. So I'll quickly go to my image and I will just choose any image I have on my system. Might not be the same color, but let's be fast with this because of class. So let's do our skip next and the rest of them. So because of a good UI, I don't think you need all those shift next downwards. So I can just decide to do this, Ctrl D, duplicate, bring it out here, Ctrl D, and this is it for me. Centralize it. Let's see my own gray color. So I'm going to quickly type my shift. Skip. So this is too big. I'll just detach it and make this 14. So that's it for me. So instead of 14 next, yeah. But if I don't want to have this slider, then I'm just going to make use of a button. I'll make this 60. Then So I'll quickly make this a component and I will name it button. So this is my button for me. So I can just decide to add an auto layout to this. Um, um, should I just use this one or no? So uh, I'll just leave it like this. So I don't want to do any complicated setting for now. So Ctrl D, just to change my image. So this change this last image to now. One thing you need to also remember is your image should actually be the same thing for should have same colors for your picture, but since we can't get any and we need to cover up enough, so I'm just going to do this like this. So I'm going to change this to continue. So this auto layout, you know, go out. So let me quickly work on this too. Okay, so it's now arranged to. So you can see we've gotten this page. So now let's come to the sign up part of it. So I'm just quickly going to duplicate this. So there's one more screen that is missing here, which is the part that will lead you to sign up and sign in. So I'm just going to duplicate this and let's say keep this here and I'll bring this off. I'll use Alt and bring this down. So sign off, sign in. Adebayo, your hand is off. Okay, so unmute and Let us use border radius. Ah, it cannot be in my class. Okay, please, Boma, let us use border radius. Yeah, we're already using border radius. We're using corner radius. Why do we need border? So this should be like my next screen. And now let's go back to, first of all, your design should be very simple. So since I've gotten this, I'll just get to hold and alt and drag this to this part. So we want to do our form input. So I'm going to remove this, bring this off, and I'll change this to sign off. So if I want to use this, say I want to use this color back, I can now start giving it the different colors that I need. No, this should be, this is text, this is red. I don't really know how to arrange this logo, but let's just say we want to work with our colors. Or for me, there's no need of putting these logos. So I can just decide to take this off here, sign off, or I can decide to, there is no need to skip on the last two slides. Actually, there is need. What if I don't want to slide to the end? But where I would actually agree that you don't need skip is when you get to this third screen. When you get to this third screen, you might not need skip. But at every point, give your users escape route. So if I don't want, I can just quickly skip. Okay, Adebayo. So I'm listening. So different ways you can do this: next, next, continue, or you maintain normal your normal sliding and include your next. So let's just continue with this. We have other screens we have to design. So for sign off, let's say I decide to keep it here. Then I'm going to turn on my this, and I'll draw my form input button. So this is 60, this is 10. So on no account should you do your form input button like this and you do not change your button to be small like this. Don't try it. I've seen many people do this. Form input is big like this, button is small like this. That's not a good practice. So since I've gotten the, so I'm going to quickly do this. Design my form inputs. I'll make this white, add add a stroke, and I'll change the stroke to my gray color. So this is it. I'll just quickly add first name, full name, sorry, full name. So this should be text color. This should be body text 16. Then so I can make this 60. So there's one more thing I need to put here. Please enter full name. So this should be like a 40. Make it a component. So I'm just going to add email. From G. So the next one will be like password. So I'm going to quickly add a plugin from So I really don't use this account to download to work, so I conify. So I don't have most of my plugins here. So I'll put I, yeah, this is it. So on which of this page did my, okay, so you see the importance of renaming your work. Because I did not renew my work, I've been looking for this. So I need already have an account. So this is signing. So let's quickly rush down to the home page, because with this now you already know how to, like, if you look at this now, everything is consistent, unlike the first one where we have different text. So let's say now I want to quickly create the home page. So using everything you're using here, I'll just come here and I'll say welcome user. Let me rename this to home. Okay. So I need to remove all of this. So the first thing I'll try to create here is my navbar. So I'm just quickly going to draw a rectangle. So I'm going to leave it at 100 for a reason. So now this is what I want to use for my navbar. Okay. This is 49. Okay, so let me make this 80. So I'm still going to show this, so I will know how I'm going to place it. So very simple. This is how I'll place my icons. So let me give it. I just want to divide the frame, so don't mind the color. So how many do I have here? 5. Okay, so this is not going to contain. Okay, so no need for this actually, because I'll just have to drag these icons. Mm, the power of grouping. This would not be hard, but it wasn't grouped, so okay. So this is what I need. Command J. I'm quickly going to drag them. I'm gonna place it here. So first off, you're supposed to, let me ungroup this. I'm going to group this like this. Align them first. Then I'll group this command G and I'll take it to this port. Alright, as usual. Command G, and then as usual command G. So let me try to add spaces between them. So let me expand my screen. I feel that we don't have more spaces between these two elements. So I'll try to see what I can do here. This is 23 by 23. This is 22 by 23. Okay. So this is better. So I'll ungroup all of this. So this is how I'll make them equal. So because this is better, I'll do all of this like this, and I'll make them to be equal. On same side, I will do this same thing. So since I've aligned or order shifts and bring them down a little. So with this, I can group them as I want to. So now that I have all of these, I'm just going to tidy it up. So now the concept you're trying to use, not a VAT concept, but I'm going to show you how I will do mine. So these colors, I'm going to just make it text. Or if I'm not making it text, I'm keeping it black. I'll reduce, so I'll make this text. Oh, sorry, that's the listen. Detach, I can make it 70%. Command G, then I can add a little shadow to it. The shadow might not be, let's see, the red 10 or 20. Oh, let me give it a black. I just want to play with something 20. So maybe if this is still too much, I really don't like using shadows for. I just want to do something different. Um, well, let's give it at 4 4. So I've added the shadow to it. Now I've gotten my navbar. I can now turn this to group everything because I'm going to use it almost on all screens. I'll just set it auto layout. Now, if you look at this, so this is what I want to view, not this other one. Oh, sorry. So, like, I'm trying to answer Temilola. I would have made it an auto layout, but I've not taught auto layout in this class, so I don't want the situation where I skip. I'll be getting, please, how did you do it? How did you do it? Auto layout is a topic on its own. So for me not to complicate the class today, let's just leave it at this. So now I've gotten my courses and the rest of them. This is looking better than this. This already has space. There is space here. The colors is showing that okay, this is highlighted well, the first tab, but so let me quickly change this. I don't like the red, so I'll change this to the green since I'm using the green as a dominant color. So that's it. So now let's go back to doing for our search. So I'll just get to copy this and bring it here. So I'm just going to press Alt, copy this and bring it here. So I'll remove this. And change. And I'll use this search. So from Iconify plugins, Iconify, I'll just look for search icon. So the next one will be Alt, featured courses. See all. So this should be 14. So I'm quickly just going to take this to the side. So I'm quickly just going to do one of the product cards. Okay, so so this is it. Maintaining my order already, I'll just make it 10. So what I want to do first is I just need to include the course, the title, and the duration. So for this, I'll create another rectangle in it. So this I would make top and bottom. Then okay, so this should be white. So I'll quickly copy this effect here. Command C, and I'll paste it here. Command V. So I'll get to reduce it. So one thing you notice here is the border radius I used for the other page is not working on this. So I'll reduce this, I'll work on this to make sure I get a good. So before I get that border right would take time. So let me just quickly use another method. So I need an image here. Let's say I'm looking for image. So I'll just go on Google and 3D modeling. I can just type cover to look for what to use it for. Oh, what image should I use? Okay, so I think I like this. I'll copy it and I'll come to my figure and I'll paste this. So I don't want to save it in shifts. Remember, when reducing something, use shift. So I'm just going to use as max. So I'll use as max. Hold the two down together, use as max. So I'll just arrange this. Let's say this is what I want. Then we'll now get to, let me group this first so that I can think of adding the shadow. Well, let me be typing all the details I want. So the next thing is to type 3D modeling. 3D modeling. Now one thing I'm going to do is so that I can be able to, okay, so for this I'll make button, then change. So I can now change this to be white. So I'm doing this because I want to be able to align everything I work with very well. Going to front. So I'll go to text and I'll use, no, my button text is 3D modeling, then duration. So I don't need to put a button there. So I can just make this the duration and I'll increase this alt. So I don't need to, so I would have to just copy this. So I can decide to make this medium duration and I'll say 1 hour 30 minutes. Regular. Now make this text color. So this should take text color, or no, so this should take text color. Take green. This should be bold. So this should not take the text color. So it's now to make this pop out. So let me think of something. My gray is too 50. Moving another thing is moving. So with this, I can say I've gotten a better version of this. So I can still decide to um, see more courses. So I can do alt um, popular courses. Mm, so I can decide to make the popular courses like this. Okay, let's say I still want to follow this as pattern by bringing in several boxes. So it's just what I'm going to do. Let's say I want to bring it several boxes, but this is not telling the users what they are doing though. So I can just decide to list it like that, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to move this back, shift. So let me rectangle. So I can just decide to put the popular courses here. So this part is done. I need to rush because you can't finish this kind of design in one day. So let me just point out the different corrections here. So this your color, the color you use with this icon is not matching. So you need to change it. You can use this green, but you should reduce your opacity to like 5. So let me show you what I mean. Alt, alt, off. So you did not group any of this stuff. Okay. So let me just quickly do a small box here. Let's say I make this the color, this color, and I'll detach it to make it to be like 10. Yeah, then I can just bring this in, and I'll make this the green color. This is this is way better than this other color. If the 10 is still too much for you, you can make it 5. So there is no standard there's no there's no exact way. The thing is, does it look fine if you're looking at the UI? So if I do this like this and I view it, is it looking very fine? If it is, yes, then you can continue on this. Then for this part, so you need to work on your colors and your shadows. Use your shadows. Make your text consistent. So you already have this. Oh, so you follow the same pattern for all these other ones. Your button, there's already a created button for this. So even if you reduce it to let's say buy now, it's still there's still space here. So look at this button and look at this one. So work on your colors also here. The red is so not okay with the design, so you can adopt this one pattern green and look for any other color that matches with it so that you can continue. So any question? So any question so far? So let me try to so let me do something. Page 2. So I want to view how all is going to look like. So I did not view them while designing. So let's see. Okay, so I'm waiting for your questions. It's time to ask questions. We have a few minutes to end this class. So please unmute and ask your question.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, so what I want to ask is, if we are to redesign this now, can we choose our own preferred color?
Yes, but we are not redesigning this as.
Yeah, I can't get you.
I said yes, but we are not going to redesign this. This is not our tax or the week.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay.
yeah.
But is it possible we get this for those of us that want to probably just work around with the design? Can we get a Figma link just to work around it, at least to get our hands busy for those of us that might want to work on it?
Okay, so I'm going to confirm this and let you know. Okay, so the next person should unmute.
Okay, no problem.
Right. So is there another question? See, there's one advice I would like to give before we
Okay.
continue. Okay, so ask your question.
Okay. So what I wanted to ask is, I joined a little late, so I want to just ask that what is like the goal of like this class and this like redesign? Because I don't know if I don't know why if you're going to replicate it or like what is the goal? What are we supposed to pick from this, or what would you want us to pick from
Okay.
this? Like,
Okay, so you were not here in the first class. You were not here when we started the class. So this is a design from one of us. So we wanted to redesign it, point out the corrections and redesign it. So all I'm trying to do is show you what I'm going to do if I am to redesign this old. You can see it now, right? So this is an edutech app that someone is building. So we want to redesign it by making corrections on the previous design. Follow? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, can I hear you?
Okay. So that's the goal of this class.
Hello?
Yes, is there another question?
Hello? Yes, so
Yeah.
I wanted to ask the sign-in page, the sign up, the sign up
Okay.
can you go there? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get the use of full name, then presenter full name,
So this is something I
and
duplicated. If I'm
password.
wait,
Is it?
this should be presenter password. I just duplicated it, so I did not edit it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
This
know,
now,
but
right?
I want to ask if you are doing a sign up. Yeah, if you are doing a sign up page and it's only like, can you just do like password and confirm password? I know that like when you are signing
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. You
sign up
suppose
for a new, it,
yes.
it mostly to be like two.
It should be
Then
confirm
the please enter
password.
full name.
This is like an inner coffee where you tell your users. You know, some people might see a text box and they don't know what they need to do with it. So this is like a pointer telling them what they are supposed to do on this particular box. So
Okay.
guys, time is up for this class. Any other question, we'll do it on Slack. So for the person that has this work, you now know how to continue it. With this, you can continue and make this better. All right, so thank you for today's class. Any other question, just ask on the Slack using the thread, and I'm going to reply there now. All right. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Roma. So please, for everyone on this call, please make sure that your profile, okay, your status profile actually has the right stage icon, and then it has your track name and track level, so that when you ask a question or when you have an issue, we can actually identify you. So please make sure you go to Slack and do it now. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful day.